So I came online because I'm kind of bored, but anyways, I wanted to also speak my mind. I just notice every year um it's a certain narrative that's being put out. And I only see two kind of people that this narrative is being played out for, and it's for the colored woman and the colored man. Now, to me, I don't care what or who you date. Love is love. I truly believe in that. But I notice it's a big push for the woman of color and the men of color not to be together. It seemed like every year, if it's not the man of color bad mouthing the woman of color, then it is the woman of color bad mouthing the man of color. And I'm like, what? Who is this narrative is benefiting? Like, it seemed like, and I'm pretty sure we all see it. And if you don't see it, you're truly, I don't know, you're in your own timeline, and we all have our own timeline. But I just feel like if I have to date outside my race, it's not because I have a complex of a white man or another man of another race that's going to come and rescue me. I'm not gonna have this narrative in my mind that, oh, I am struggling and I need a captain save a hoe or a captain save a woman or whatever you want to call it. And I feel like if I am a woman, which I am, or if I am a person looking for love, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for love. I'm not looking for a rescuer. I'm not looking for a savior. I'm looking for, I guess, love. Now, if that love come into the form of another human that is a different shade of light than I am, then fine. But it shouldn't be to the point where it's like I have to put one race of being, or because of their skin tone, down for me to have this other person, and I have to put this other person higher than these people. And I'm that person. I belong in that group of men of color. I have sons, I have uncles, I have fathers, I have grandfathers, I have brothers, I have uncles, and I have friends who are men of color who are amazing men of, my English is not. Trust me, I've been here forever. But anyways, like a decent, human being who are just normal individual who works hard, who respect people, who respect their women, who respect their neighborhood, who I just don't understand the narrative of oh, I don't know, it comes from both sides. I'm not gonna say it's not coming from the black man or the black woman. I see it, and it's like every year it picks up, and I'm like, who is trying to benefit of separating the man of color and the woman of color? And if you are trying to separate because your DNA is slowly fading, and like, why would I even want to associate myself with that kind of a, like, you're trying to destroy one race or trying to dilute or whatever the fuck you motherfuckers are doing. I don't care. But it's just the mindset, like, what kind of man would I want to be with that would go to this point where they have to basically destroy another, or you have to manipulate or use illusion to try to separate me from loving what I birth? So that means you don't truly love me. You truly just trying to, you're a worse predator. If you guys want to call us predators to each other, you're the worst predator there is, because you're not truly in love with me for who I am. You're in a survival mode, and for you to survive is to separate And for you to separate, you want me to hate me. Because if if I hate my colored man, that means I hate me. Because I birthed them, I mothered them, I nurtured them. And if the colored man hate me, that means he truly hate himself. Because he father us, he protects us, he create us. So really, to think about it, like, I would not want to associate my DNA with that kind of a DNA, with that kind of a being, because like, that's just the worst there is. If I'm going to love, let's say, a white man, an Asian man, it's not because of his money. It's not because I think he's in a higher status than the kind of man that births and protects me. It's because I truly wanted to date that person. I truly saw that I could fall in love with that person. Of course, I'm a woman. I would need the benefit. I need the security and protection and financial, all that. That's in my nature. I'm a woman. That's what I want. I want to be comfortable. I want to wear my lipstick. I want to do, yeah, I want to provide her. I want to, protect her. I want to be able to be like, okay, but still, I just feel like, it's a lot of narrative. It's a lot of back and forth between us, and I'm tired of it. It's like every year it's like I'm in this timeline where it's something or someone is pushing us slowly and slowly apart from each other. Like I said, love is love. Yes, you might truly love another person of, you know, it could be white, black, Asian, whatever, yellow, whatever. It don't matter. Purple, green, blue. I don't give a damn. But I'm not just gonna go to that race because I feel like, well, I don't like my own, or my own is this and that. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And if you are another man that is in another race and you're pushing that narrative, and you're pushing to the point where, well, the only way I can go ahead and get another or a black woman is for me to make them hate their own kind. Are you really truly worthy to be called a man? Are you truly worthy to have the privilege to reproduce? Are you truly worthy to be called to sit next to me? Because if you have to go and make me go, so it's like a woman, an envious woman move. And even when I get angry, I don't think like that. That's like beyond, I don't know, beyond words. That you would sit back and say, well, our DNA, or we're slowly, whatever is happening. I'm not a scientist, I'm not God, or whatever. I'm not gonna go into further details, but it's just that, like, you would have to put that setting out there that, oh yeah, for me to get to that DNA, I have to separate them. I have to make them talk bad about each other. I have to make them say, hateful words, split them together. Like, for me to step in and get this man of color, I have to make him hate the woman of color. For me to step in and get this woman of color, I have to make her hate the man of color. Like, but that's my son, and that is my father. Are you truly coming to love me? I don't think so. And how do I look being with you if that's the kind of mindset, and if that's the kind of game you have, that's like the plan you have for me? You're truly trying to just survive off of my strength. You're being a parasite. You're not truly being a man. If I'm gonna love a man, I'm gonna love him regardless if he's black, if he's white, if he's Asian, if he's, I don't know, brown, if he's blue, green. I'm gonna love him for his character, for what he stands for, for what he is. Not because of what I see physically, but what I see within him. that I could say, oh, this man is truly a man, regardless if he's white, regardless if he's Asian, regardless if he's brown, regardless if he's black, color of man. Like, I'm gonna love you for you, not because I think you're superior, not because you're pushing a narrative, not because you want me to hate my sons, you want me to hate my father, you want me to hate my brother, you want me to hate my uncles, you want me to hate myself. That's not gonna work with me. And I'm not saying that, like, I just see it and I'm like, okay, something new, a new chapter, a new narrative, a new story. Because this play is repetitive and it's like, enough. The fuck? Like, what is it? Enough. A woman is going to love you for who you are. Of course, a woman is going to be like, oh yeah, I want a man that's going to provide. I want a man that's going to put me in a soft era. I want to be a woman. That's in every race. That's in every race. A man is going to say, yeah, I want a woman that's going to make me feel like I'm a man. That's in every race. Whether that men of color find that in a white woman, Spanish woman, brown woman, yellow woman, let it be genuine. Let it be because you truly feel that way about that person. Let it be because you saw that character, you saw that core, how would you say it, that core connection, that you guys have the same core base, that same belief system. Let it be because of that, not because you're tired of your own kind, or because you're thinking that you're gonna go to this race and it's gonna be better. Don't let it be because of that. Let it be because you genuinely have that connection and you can see yourself with that person. I don't know. Anyways, I was just talking, just sitting here. Like, yeah, let me, because I'm tired. God, I get off work, I want to go on the internet, and I'm like browsing, and it's like, I don't know, like, AI is just like pushing this narrative, and I'm like, dude, AI, me and you cool, like, what the hell? We are understanding this journey together. Why are you trying to push this narrative? Like, you don't have to push this narrative to come to me. And I'm not saying I'm like I'm not saying I'm like a favoritism about, but I tend to attract every race, and we all have preference. I understand preference. I'm not disowning this, I'm not, preference is perfectly fine. I like a tall man, I like a short man, I like a man with wealth, I like a man that's strong, I like a man that's built, I like a man that's not built, I like a dad body. That's perfectly fine. I want blue eyes, I want my kids. That is perfectly fine. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, why are you pushing? I don't see no other race of beings arguing about this facts except for us. Like, who's paying you guys? Who's paying you guys to be these actors? Who's paying you guys to, is the money worth it that you're sitting here trying to separate, trying to play a narrative against each other? Is it worth it? I don't think it is, because you have to look at yourself in the mirror. You have to look at yourself in a different view, which is, you see a man of color. It could be your father, your son, your uncle. It could be that, your brother. It could be just a stranger. But you have to be like, okay, is it worth it? Because I don't see no one else. I don't see a Spanish guy coming up here arguing with another Spanish woman about they don't like this. I don't see a white guy and a white woman coming here and be like, oh, I don't blah, blah, blah. I don't see an Indian a man coming in here with an Indian woman and going back and forth. We are the only one that is like being pushed. Why? You mean to tell me the only way for you to come and approach me is to try to separate me from me? Like, should you not approach me because you're confident, regardless of your skin tone? Because you're confident in your manhood? because your confidence in your character, because your confidence in who you are as a man, as a provider, as whatever you would describe a man, should not be your gold. Is to pursue me because you saw me, not because of my color, but because you saw a character that we share the same core values. Shouldn't that be it? It shouldn't be a contract saying, oh, well, I'm going to pursue this woman of color, or I'm going to pursue this man of color because I have a narrative to separate them. Or if, turn it the other way around. Or I'm a woman of color, or I'm a man of color, and because I hate what is, the trials and tribulation and the, ignorance and the abuse tax, that was passed down from family to family. I can't seem to find the right, balance to me in my own race. I'm going to go ahead and destroy it. I'm going to destroy it while I pursue somewhere else and trying to find that happiness. But you're just covering up a bandage over a big wound. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. I'm going through my own BS. But I just wanted to stop. Like, let me get to know you for you. Let me see your core value. Let me see who you are as a being, as a man, as, like love is love. I don't know. Shit, I'm tired. Like, stop it. Damn, y'all had to make me bring out my afro. But I'm love. Well, wait a minute now. Is it this way? I don't know, but I'm still there. Love. Oh, wait, is it? There it is. There it is. This is what I am first before this. But like I said, love is love. This whole narrative to try to destroy the DNA is not necessary. I understand we're in a survival mode, but let me see who you are. Let me see who you are for your core value. Let me love you not because you are, white or Asian or Indian and you can provide and you have more. Of course you're going to have more avenue because of the history that you guys have, and the wealth being passed down and the knowledge being withheld to you only and not being withheld to, not being spread out to another. Of course you're going to be more comfortable, more understanding, more patient, because you're not dealing with the same BS that the other race is dealing with. You're not dealing with the same restriction and resistance that's being put on you. Of course you're going to be more peaceful, more patient, and more understanding because your battles are not the same. But that is not for me to say that, you don't go through your own BS. We all, in this journey together, but not together, but we all in this journey crisscrossing each other's path. But I don't like that. And it's every year. It's like, fuck. Why is the same story being written? We need a new movie director. We need a new, I don't know what the fuck, whoever's in charge or whatever. Charles in charge. Okay, anyways, yeah, so, I don't know, I have my days where I'm like, fuck, yeah, but still, let me like you for you. Don't let me like because you want to come and you're King Kong when you're really not King Kong. You just a fucking coward using illusion. No, be King Kong. Step up into me and be like, hey, I like you. I want to get to know you. Because I think I'm better than you. The fuck? I don't want to sit at your table or at your table or at your kingdom or whatever castle or your street. If that's what you're coming with. I want us, I want one that's quiet. I want one that his, anyways, yeah. I just thought I'd share my thought, Anyways, bye, you guys.